I just released a 100% free skill called Skill n8n. So this skill will create n8n workflows that are completely free, but above all, these workflows are of very, very high quality. So what's the idea? This skill will be installed on OpenCloud. And here on OpenCloud, we simply tell it which workflow we want to create, and it will handle the entire creation process from A to Z. It will even deploy it automatically on my n8n instance, without me even opening it. n8n. The system will know all the credentials, all the parameters, the entire configuration, and it will create workflows for me that are of extremely high quality. All of this is thanks to a free skill that I'm going to show you how to install it. So stay until the end. In this video, we're going to install OpenCloud. We're going to install this skill. We'll test it by creating a complex workflow, and you'll see in just 2 lines, I ask it to create the workflow for me, and I'll have a successful delivered result in less than 2 minutes. Stay until the end. At the end, I'm going to give you a special coupon to download all my n8n courses. All right, so the first thing to do is that we need an OpenCloud VPS. So if you already have your OpenCloud installation, simply skip ahead 2 minutes in the video to get to the work inside OpenCloud. But if you don't have your server yet, it's simple. I'll leave the link in the description. You click it and you'll find yourself on this page. And here, actually, we're just going to get a server, OpenCloud VPS. Why do we install OpenCloud on a VPS or an external server? Because it prevents us from installing OpenCloud on our computer, on a local machine. Why? Because if there's ever a prompt injection, let's say an attack, then we can't recover, or OpenCloud won't have access to your photos, videos, or personal data. That's why we put it directly on Hostinger on a secure server. That way we have peace of mind. Even if there's an attack, our data will never be affected. So you just click here and it will give you the button to get started. So it's €5.49 per month. Well, generally speaking, on Hostinger, you get a 30-day trial. This trial is refundable, so it even gives us time to test this artificial intelligence for 30 days. And now, there's a coupon that Hostinger actually posted on their blog for people who are using Hostinger for the first time. So this is a coupon. I hope it's still valid. The coupon is Claude10. So if I apply it, there you go, it gives me 10%. So, if you already have a server on Hostinger, all you need to do is log out of your Hostinger account and create a new account with a different email address. That way, the system will treat you as if you are a new user. This is a clever little trick that you can use to always ensure you get that 10% discount. And moving on, there are actually 2 other great options that I would also highly recommend you take a look at. For instance, this specific one right here will provide you with some extra credits to use on the cloud platform. You know that OpenCloud can't work without connecting it to an LLM or a brain like Claude, ChatGPT, and so on. Instead of having to look for your Cloud API and connect it later, here you can simply add Nexus. That's what it means here. And then it will give you OpenCloud credits, as it says here, OpenCloud, Google, and even ChatGPT. So this is simply to avoid having to do configurations later on. Otherwise, the system can't function. OpenCloud can never work without having an LLM connected to it. So it's better to get it here and avoid having to configure things later. And here there's also instant web search. By the way, when you check it, it's still always free. It will give us 1,000 free credits for internet connections. What does that mean? That means if you ask OpenCloud to analyze or scrape a website or retrieve data, you get up to 1,000 free requests thanks to Oxylabs. So we can take them, and afterwards we don't have to renew. But why waste this free offer? So here we check it, we take it, and we use it. That's all, really. This is the simple setup. You just need to click here on continue and the server will be created. We'll create our login and password and we'll have direct access to OpenCloud. That's what I'm going to show you right now. Let's get started. Accessing OpenCloud. And we start installing our skill. Very good. So now we're going to install the skill here on OpenCloud. So here I'm on the chat. So OpenCloud here uses the LLM cloud. So on Outragent, you'll see that I've connected Cloud to 4.6. And here I'm going to make the first request, or rather the first prompt, which is to ask it to install the skill. So the skill, I'm on the official Cloud Hub website. So web.a is a site that allows us to download skills. There you go, you can come here and search for skills. So the skill we need, we can simply type n8n, and you will find n8n by Dr. Firas here. So you'll see that here, the skill is actually scanned. So that's very important. You should always only install skills where there isn't any detection actually anywhere of malicious code or a virus. It's very, very important to always check the skills here. And this skill, of course, contains a lot of files inside. Later on, we will, of course, need to define what we call our n8n API. That's where we will allow this skill to access our n8n instance in order to create the workflow. And we will also need to provide it with the URL of our instance. So in any case, we will add these two pieces of information later so that the system can work. So how do you install the skill? It's simple. Here we just need to ask it to install, and we'll provide the URL for this skill. You'll see that here, this is the URL. So when we go back to OpenClaw as well, here, we're going to ask it, we're going to request the installation. So this is the skill. And I press enter. So what will happen is simply that the system, it will start reading the information inside here and will simply begin the installation. Usually it just takes a few seconds. You'll see that here it's telling me that Stella, the skill is now properly installed. So it even created a space on the disk on the VPS with this skill. So now it's telling me what you'll need to do. What's very interesting here is that we're going to provide it with two variables, the two pieces of information it needs to run properly. As explained here, we'll actually need these two variables. The first thing, which is the simplest, is the n8n base URL. So if I ever want to come back to this spot, I'll just tell it simply. And right here it is. My information to further incorporate into the existing set of variables of the environment. There you go. And now I go to the next line. So for the URL, we said we would go back to n8n, for example. Here it's n8n. And here, this URL A is the URL of my instance. So here I actually need to copy the URL of my instance and paste it here and below. I'm simply going to look for my API at the pool. It's simple. You'll see when I click here on settings, I'll have n8n API. I click there and I can simply create an API. Give it a little name. I can specify whether I want it to expire or not, and then I click save. Of course, it will give you a code that you need to save because the code will only be displayed once. So once I have the code, I can retrieve it. The code, when I click on the editor, and this code here is simply going to be the code for my key. It's this one, so it's very, very important. So here, I would put that, I would add a colon, and here I just need to copy and paste the API code. Thanks to these two variables, the system will be able to take control actually, or handle my n8n. And there you go, it's done. And so I've actually sent my URL, and it tells me that this is the URL and also the code for my API. It provides me with a clear confirmation that all the data has been securely and safely stored in the system. So everything is looking good for now. Now I really want to demonstrate its capabilities and test it out properly. So I will go ahead and ask it a very simple question to see how it responds. So I'll say, please list all of my current workflows for me. I'll ask it which ones exist in my instance. I'll just tell it simply. You should just give them their, no, that is not right. And there you go. So this is just to test if it's able to access. So normally it should just come here and give me the information. Actually, here is my list. I have several out of the 104 workflows. So normally I think it should give me the list now. So I'll actually give it a few moments so it can pull up the titles for me. There you go. That's very good. So now it's actually able to pull it up. So that means the system is 100% connected to my instance. Now, what do I want to do? I now want to ask it to actually create a brand new workflow. And I've prepared an example workflow here. It's a simple workflow that contains this step. I just want to send a prompt or a description of the music I want to create and the duration. And the system will simply generate a prompt for 11 Labs for me, because in 11 Labs there's now an option that can generate an entire original piece of music. And afterwards it will generate it, and then it will create an image for that music. So the image will simply be the thumbnail for my YouTube video, because I'm going to create a video that just has a single image, but the music is included. And then I wanted to use Nano Banana to create that thumbnail. And I want the system actually to combine the image and the MP3 to get an MP4, and then publish it afterwards with the title. So you should know that in the system here, if you take a look, I have what are called crédits d'un ciel. The credits done are not simply here. These are, let's say, the different connections and links that already exist. And that's very important to me. When it creates the workflow, it takes into account the names that are already set up in my system. You'll see right here, if I go ahead and ask the system, for example, to give me a list of all the credentials, you will see that is quite important. This is the complete list of everything. We're going to show you a detailed view of all the credentials that currently exist or that have been properly set up and configured. In my instance, n8n, and that's important because the workflow, I wanted to create a workflow and I wanted to take these credentials into account. And that saves me a huge amount of time when the system knows the connections and accesses I have. It will create a more suitable workflow for me, and that will save me a lot of time. That's a bit of the difference compared to when I just go, for example, to Claude and ask it to create a workflow. And on top of that, I want the system to create the workflow and add it directly here. So what I'm going to do is simply copy all of this. This is basically the workflow. Of course, we can give it a short paragraph, but I actually took the time to detail a bit what I want because I have something clear in my mind. I'm even going to ask it to create stickers for me here, okay? And I'm actually going to give it a few little rules. Maybe here we won't name them in French. I don't want to name them in French. We'll let them be named in English. So as a direct result of this setup, these are actually all the specific instructions we need to follow. And even right here in this section, we're going to go ahead and delete this entirely. We're not going to require anything else from the user at all. We'll just let the entire system work completely by itself. And you'll see that maybe right here it will be very important to explicitly tell it to write the content for me automatically. Actually, the information in English, that's important. Name each node, there you go, and I'll specify that I want it to be in English. And write everything in English. Within this specific workflow process. So as a direct result, normally right here at this particular point, I actually have all of the necessary information and all the relevant data, and we are just going to let the system work its magic. There you go, that is a very important detail to keep in mind. So here, we're actually going to require the language. We're going to tell it that I want it in English here, and that's it. So let's go. I'm actually starting it now. So there is a very interesting little note. For those who want to push workflow creation even further, it's that I can actually ask the system that's working, not just with Claude Sonnet, but I can ask them as well, to actually use Claude Opus and 4.6, which is even more advanced. It's very, very powerful. In fact, everything it creates is made of code, so here we go. Of course, I'm starting this workflow, and this particular task will take a bit more time than the other requests. So I think it will take between 1 and 2 minutes. I'll let it run properly, and then we'll see. Here it is. If I go back to those workflows, normally here, if I refresh afterwards, I should find a new workflow that will tell me it was created a few minutes ago. So we'll let it work and then check and see the result. And there you go, that's it. It took exactly 2 minutes. It gave me this message. It told me that the JSON file has just been created as well, deployed directly. It's a complex workflow. I'm building it properly. Yes, it understood that there are a lot of things to do inside. So now it's giving me a little recap. He tells me here that's the name of the workflow. So let's check first. So here I'm going to use the page and we should actually see the workflow appear here. Indeed, there it is in a minute. That's it. So this is my workflow. First, I'm looking at the information he gave me about the workflow. So he tells me that the workflow contains all these nodes. Of course, there are quite a few steps where it needs to add nodes to send variables and information. And here he tells me these are the credentials to configure. So as a result, he points me to a few places. He tells me here, you need to add your credentials. Okay, that's very good. He tells me that you already have a He detected all that, which is good. So now what I'm going to do is go back here. Let's go in to take a look at the implementation and the work he did. By the way, I see the 2 stickers. That's good. And here, actually, I simply used the workflow that was created. I think it was created very, very well. So here it is. I can see everything he set up here. It's the same thing, actually. He did all the configuration. Take a look right here at the way the message is being sent. Specifically, so we are taking the system message into account. I see that he did his job well. I can see it here, and also the lapse valves. But of course, he asked me to add my credit here in the lapse valves, so my API, if you want to call it that. And here, there's also the Atlas, which we'll actually call Nano Banana, so here it is. He even found the exact code for Nano Banana. He even prepared the variables to be sent here. I can see here that he did a very good job, and of course for me, So I need to execute it step by step to make sure, in fact, that everything is working properly and that the system is actually compliant. So as we can see. And at this point, the work has just been done, of course. I can ask it to make updates if I want to update, if I want to intervene on the nodes, delete nodes, or add other steps. And that's actually how you create an n8n workflow from OpenCloud. So OpenCloud will create the system for me. And afterwards, I actually run the system here on n8n directly, because here running n8n is actually free since n8n is open source. You just need to put it on a VPS server, of course, and let it run.